Yeah, from Little Kim, the Queen Bee. It's ladies' night, what? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L tight, keep the rhymes right, yo. I just made this motherfucker up last night. And I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim is getting cream, like Thelma and Louise, but on chrome. Never leave that Brooklyn shit alone. So if you say it's on, then it's on. Bang this in your whips, that them cold roadie with the chips in the wrist. Here's a French kiss. I dismiss all you chicks. Spit 6 from the 4th, 5th, make it dance. Ow! I stay focused and the dope is like a penny with the hole in it.
Okay, it's another exciting time right here on independent television. Of course, it's the program Ladies Night. My name is Ameze Obaisiaban, but of course you can call me the Empress. I always say that. I've got an amazing set of guests today on the show. I have my regular faces, not all of them because we decided to do something really special today. I have C. White. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and also known as Caroline Konji. But today, I'm going to be doing more of listening, less talk.
Okay, definitely. You just actually told them what we're doing to do today now.
And no,
you spilled it before we even started.
No, I just said I'm going to be doing more of listening and less talk.
Because she knows she's never glowing. She lies.
We also have Mama P here, who was trying to say something right now. You said because she knows she's ever glowing.
She just be disturbing her.
Okay, and
yes. How you doing? I've missed my girls and I've missed you guys.
Just 1 week, you know they miss us. But anyways, yes, I also have a special guest in the studio. She's actually a doctor. She's Dr. Ivadi, and she's going to be talking with us today on something that we've actually thought out. It's basically talking about health. You know, sometimes we bring in doctors, we bring in lawyers, specialists in some particular areas so that we can let them educate us and educate you as well, because we don't know everything. So yes, she's going to be with us on the show today. Now basically what we're going to be talking about is proper care of the eyes. The eyes are very, very sensitive. They're a very, very sensitive part of the body, and so it is important for you to take good care of it. Now, there's no other person or better person to talk to us about that than my guest in the studio. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. It's so nice being here today. Good evening, everyone.
All right. So I'm going to start off. There's this, should I call it a misconception? There are 3 different, I don't know how to call them doctors because I'm not sure if they're all doctors. The optician, the ophthalmologist, and the optometrist. We tend to confuse their jobs. Do they have similar jobs, or they are all and the same?
No, they are not. Okay. The thing is, we hear that a lot. People tend to mix up the optician from the optometrist from the ophthalmologist. Now, an optician is a technician that works basically in the lab to cut and fit lenses into frames, while an optometrist is a doctor of optometry, trained for 6 years in the university, 1 year internship before your youth service. Optometrists are primary care providers, who eye care professionals who take care of the eyes. They diagnose, treat, and manage various eye conditions, as well as give out glasses. But an optometrist does not do surgery, while an ophthalmologist is a medical doctor that passed through the College of Medicine, does a residency program in ophthalmology before they become an ophthalmologist. An ophthalmologist does surgery as well as treats, manage, and take various eye conditions of the eyes as well.
Okay, so basically they are similar, but one has something special that others do not have. That's the ophthalmologist, because they can perform surgeries.
Yes, okay, while the optician doesn't have any business with the patient. Okay. They just deal with lenses, fitting of lenses and frames, basically. Okay.
Now, what category do we put you in?
I'm an optometrist.
Okay, so you're a specialist in...
Yeah, a doctor of optometry.
Okay.
Yes.
And you give glasses?
You give glasses, we treat various eye conditions as well.
Okay, so we're looking at how to ensure that our eyes are healthy. what is important for us to do? What do we do to ensure that we don't have issues with our eyes?
Okay, that's a very good question that we could dwell on the whole of today. The eye, we all know, is the window to our soul. The eye is a very vital organ that people tend to neglect a lot. So today I will just try and throw light on certain key areas. The number one thing I would like to talk about is getting your eyes checked. People think that you need to have a red eye, or you need to have a swollen eye, or you need to have discharge or Apollo before you go see. Even most people don't even go to see doctors. They just go to the chemist and get any eye drop.
They just use their urine and
Seriously?
Yeah, urine, early morning urine, that's what they say.
urine,
Okay, or breast milk.
oh,
So,
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, we hear it a lot.
serious?
So the thing is, it's important that we take our time to go for routine eye check, because the eye is beyond the surface that we see. The eye is directly connected to the brain. So it's important that we, as much as possible, try to go for routine eye check. Then, if your body is not healthy, most likely it will affect your eyes. Like when we talk about hypertension, diabetes, and cholesterol as well. So we advise you have a good diet. If you have a good diet, you tend not to be hypertensive or diabetic. So you don't have diseases like hypertensive retinopathy or diabetic retinopathy that has to do with the retina. Then we advise for the modern world we are in today. I can say two of us holding our phones. We tend to spend most of our times these days looking at the system, the phone, the laptop, TV, because of social media and all of that. And we'll advise that as much as possible, we try to allow the eyes to rest a lot. When you use the system or you use your computer, or your phone, there's the 20-20 rule that will advise people to practice more often. After every 20 minutes of using your system, looking at your screen, we advise you look 20 feet away for 20 seconds, just to allow the eyes to breathe. Then we advise regular exercising. If you exercise regularly, it's also good for the eyes as well.
How does exercising your body affect your eyesight?
Yeah, when you exercise, it basically means that you are fit.
Okay.
If you are fit, your eyes will be fit. If you are not fit, like for somebody that's hypertensive, we usually recommend a lot of exercise. You do exercise to help your body. When you exercise, your body is fit and it translates to your eyes. We see patients come into the clinic, and when you check with the ophthalmoscope, you would suspect that, oh, this patient has a bit of diabetic retinopathy or high blood pressure. And most of the time when you tell them check, you find out that the blood pressure or the sugar level is high. So when you are fit, your eyes will be fit as well.
So if you exercise, your eyes, it reflects in the eyes. I can relate to that because
if you exercise.
sometimes when I'm stressed, I get to see these bloodshot in my eyes. When my brain is stressed, I'm going through headache, I see the bloodshot, I'm like, I don't understand.
What's the relationship?
What's the relationship?
Yeah,
between
when you are
headache
stressed,
and
most of the time when people are
red
stressed,
eyes?
it reflects in the eyes. You see some people telling you, oh, I notice that when I'm stressed, I twitch. The eyes will just be blinking without you being in control. Those are signs. So that's why it's always good to be fit, so your eyes will be fit as well.
Okay, you did say that we should always try to go for checkup. Now, does it mean even when you don't have eye issues or you're not having any sign of your eye itching you or anything, you just have to go check up?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We usually advise that because last week was World Glaucoma Week, and it's centered around creating awareness on the need for people to go check their eyes, even if you don't have any issues with your eyes. Now, glaucoma is an eye condition that affects the optic nerve of the eye. It's a disease actually that affects the optic nerve of the eyes. And when the optic nerve gets affected, you start to lose your vision. And the thing with glaucoma is you start to lose your vision from the side without you noticing it. Now you see people coming and they say, I can see. From here now, I can even see what's happening in Ring Road. I can read my book, bring it this close, bring it this far, I can see. But when you check, you find out for some people, they actually have glaucoma. Some might even be 50% loss of vision. And the terrible thing with glaucoma is there is no pain, there are no symptoms. It just comes. And all over the world, glaucoma is known as its silent thief of sight. When a thief is coming to your house, your thief will not write you a letter and tell you, oh, I'm coming tomorrow by 7 p.m. No, you just come, you say, I was sleeping and the next thing I was, boom, somebody standing in front of me in my room. And that is glaucoma for you. It just happens. While we were celebrating Glaucoma Week, most clinics were opened for free eye check. My clinic was open in particular for people to come in and get screened. We had like 3 cases that one eye was completely gone and the patient was not aware. They were not aware. It's very possible. Even us as individuals, we usually advise people as well that once in a while you shut one eye and just take a good view at a particular distance and do same for the other eye. You will be so amazed that for some people, one eye is not seen at all. We've seen patients come in, some is just refractive error as well.
Okay.
It happens. They will tell you, I did not know that I wasn't seen with one eye. And most of the time when that thing happens, you find out that that eye becomes very lazy and the dominant eye takes over. This eye goes to sleep. So it now takes series of eye examination and monitoring follow-up to try and bring back that sleeping eye back to function. So you see that you don't need to be, oh, I have red eye or I cannot see. Glaucoma is very bad. And most of the time, it's so sad as doctors when you have to tell somebody that, oh, there's nothing that can be done. You know why? Because for glaucoma, vision loss cannot be gained. The day you come into the clinic and you already have glaucoma, the day you come into the clinic, what you have left is what the doctor just tries to manage. There's no magic except God says otherwise that can bring back that lost vision because it's the optic nerve that has died and there is no way of regenerating those optic nerve that you've lost. Unlike cataract, even if everywhere seems blank, when surgery is done, you regain your vision. But for glaucoma, that's not the case. So you see why you need to just, as young people, we could just do, once every 2 years, just go check your eyes.
I actually checked online. I just typed, what's the worst thing that can happen to your eyes? And then this silent thief, glaucoma, just came up. I'm like, oh, I've been seeing this glaucoma advert everywhere.
Yes.
Even in the optometry department, they just say no to glaucoma. Glaucoma, the silence. I didn't know it was. I thought it was just something. From now henceforth, I'm going to be attending their seminars and be watching and check because I'm listening to her right now, and 90% of youths watching this program have fallen short because I remember. So last week here, I was just like, I'm not going out. I'm going to be inside Netflixing. God of mercy. And I spent the whole day watching my screen. And I was happy I didn't go out. I didn't even take the 20 minutes, 20 seconds, 20. I just learned now. I didn't know, I've never tried the, if not I'll be on stage and I wouldn't want
you would have probably done it right now.
Yet. I was almost taking my hands off, please, I have to do it.
No, it's allowed, we could all do that.
I have to do it eventually.
Something one day, I was actually working with my system and I spent like 3 to 4 hours, and after that, I just shut down the system.
When you say you were working with your system for 3 to 4 hours, what were you doing?
I was actually browsing. I was doing something. Please be careful. And so when I shut down and I tried to just relax myself, I realized everywhere was just dark. I felt like, I don't understand. I was even feeling this fatigue, like I'm really losing myself and all that. So what could be the cause of that? Is it because I looked into the system?
For 3 hours, they said 20 minutes in,
Every
20
minutes.
seconds
Of course, the eyes.
So just like everywhere was dark for me, and I was closing my eyes, rubbing my head. I felt like.
And I think some other girls would have experienced what I'm about to say because I used contact lens You know, I wanted to slay so bad. So I just got, you know, Empress, hello.
I'm not slaying, but mine is
You
recommended.
see, when you said I wanted to
please
slay,
do
you see,
not-
I just told her, looked at her like, hello.
Mine is recommended.
It
so
has
don't
its
use me.
recommended though.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it for fashion's sake, and I used it, right? I used it and did all the processes. But I noticed the next day, I did not use it, but I was still having blurry vision. So I'll have to look at something, like squeeze my eyes. I'll have to take it back. You know, we have to run some kind of test now.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
realized.
Yeah, you have to book an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's suspect.
No, for real, I've also
Okay.
had that experience because I used contact lens.
Okay.
Fashion not recommended.
Yes.
So after the first week, I felt like the first day I used it, I noticed something I have never experienced. Like my eyes was doing me somehow and I can't even explain. So I
Yes.
felt, okay, maybe because I started using it for the first time, let me frequent it and see what it will turn out to be. But each time I use this contact lens and I remove it, trust me, my eyes will not be the same again.
So
Okay.
let's, I think you should tell
Address
us
that
why
issue.
that happens, because I
Okay.
don't experience it. Sincerely.
That's good.
Probably because
You
it's
got yours from the
recommended.
clinic, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now the thing with contact lens, it's fun to use.
Yeah.
It's easier for people like Empress. They say they don't want to wear glasses and look like a nerd like us.
Yeah.
So they want to look, they want to slay.
Slay, yeah.
So contact lens, the number one rule for contact lens is hygiene. As much as possible. That's why most of the time I do not recommend it for younger kids, because trust me, they can't manage it properly. You need to know that before you pick up your contact lens, you must wash your hands. When you take out your contact lens, be generous with your solution, right? Some people will say, is it not from inside solution, I brought it out. They just want to plug it into their eyes. No. You need to be generous with your solution, your box. You need to know that you need to throw out that solution you use in storing your contact lens as often as possible. Then your makeup as well. As much as possible, you cannot have your contact lens on and you go and carry mascara and start going close to your, touching the surface of your contact lens. Of course, you are going to react. Then some people will say, oh, is it not, they will slip off with their contact lens. Some people will go into the swimming pool with their contact lens. Those are a no-no for contact lens users. So as much as possible, hygiene. So when you have that most of the time, irritation, the eyes becomes irritated when there's an infection, which could lead to an infection. We see a lot of people coming, I use contact lens, and the next thing they come in all swollen or discharged. The eyes have gotten
A girl came to
infected.
visit
Then
me
another thing,
recently.
you need to know your source for your contact lens. You see, I asked her, where did she get her? She said she got it from a clinic. Some people will just say, you see, some when you tell them the price of, I don't want to call it brand, maybe it's forbidden here, to
Yes,
see I'm
it actually
advertising.
is, yeah.
Okay, this particular product A.
Okay.
When you get, we as eye care professionals, when we buy directly, you get for this particular amount, and you walk into a cosmetic shop and you are seeing it for less than the normal price.
Probably they are the same
Exactly.
thing.
It's,
Not the
No,
same.
They are
it
not.
might be the same in appearance.
it's just
but-
name and packaging.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's not the same thing inside. So you need to know your source. So most times I try to discourage people from getting contact lenses from wherever. You need to know your source and get the right product. So it could be reaction from mismanagement or misuse and not being generous with
now
your
I know
solution.
what happened to me because
Yes.
my solution got exhausted and I used water.
Oh, are you serious? Yes, you see, these are the things. Yes, no, there is a lot. These are the things. People will try all sorts. They think that that solution, when you tell them buy solution, they'll say,
But sometimes
No,
the
it looks like
solution-
water.
the
is it
solution-
not water?
Sometimes the
It's
solution
not.
Smell like water.
When I use the
Has a
water,
smell.
I feel more comfortable, like no hot.
So
no
you
nothing.
constantly use water.
That's what I was using before I stopped last
Please,
week.
please stop.
And then a girl came to my house. One of my girls came visiting, and then she said, "Her contact lens is so fine." I'm like, all your pictures is this contact lens. Don't you remove it? Because she was about to sleep. She said, no, that's how she wears. That she wears it for 1 month straight, and she does not react. She sleeps.
Yeah,
She bathes.
there's
So
what
I
they call
think-
the extended wear that you could wear for a month.
Okay.
Yes, there's the extended wear that you could wear for that long a time.
Yeah.
They call it day and night.
Yes.
You could wear it, but we still advise
advise,
that you take it out once let your eyes breathe.
Okay.
You don't need to say because it's you can wear it straight up. Then another problem most contact lens users have is when you get contact lens is valid for some contact lenses are valid for 3 months, 6 months, and you see some people because the expiring date is saying 2024, they would want to use that same contact lens till 2024.
Oh,
no,
because it's their favorite.
no, it's valid for 6
not
months.
because
No,
it's favorite or something,
no.
because I
Once
want to
you
use my money.
open it, yeah. Once you that, but that's the thing. So you now overuse it
Yeah.
and now cause damage to your eyes. So when it's valid for 6 months, you use for 6 months, and you
Both
discard.
recommended and
I see
Yes,
some guys wearing contact lens.
Yeah, some people wear. Some of them don't think. Some of them fine fashion, but some of them still have refractive error. They don't want to wear glasses like us. They want to be like her. It's allowed.
Okay, now I was wearing this lens today, these glasses today, and somebody was like, "Do you have eye problem?" I said, "No." He said, "You're trying to invite one. Does it mean wearing glasses like this can also
No.
cause?"
No, that's not true. That's not true. But there is another part to that.
Okay.
Some people get frames from wherever along the road, just go somewhere, pick any frame up, and you buy and put on. Some of those lenses actually have refractive error. I don't know how they source. Yeah, some of them. When you carry them, you see the clear recommended lens. Whether the child where they produced it, that was how it was produced, or it's for somebody that they just got in and that got to their custody and they decided to sell off like that. So you need to be sure of what you are using. Using a plain lens doesn't mean anything. Most people in the Western world, because of the nature of their job or because of the lifestyle they tend to live now, using of system a lot, you could just get a blue cut lens that is plain. You could actually, some people come to the clinic, they just have discomfort. When I use my screen and my laptop, I notice that I have a bit of strain, tearing and all of that. And after your test, you find out that this patient doesn't have any form of refractive error. But because of the nature of the job, you could actually recommend a plain lens that has either the anti-reflective coating, a blue cut lens, either of those, and that's fine. Then some people that are sensitive to sunlight, you could actually recommend a photochromic lens, a transition lens for them. So they put it on when they go out under the sun, it's dark. It doesn't mean that they have refractive error, no. So, but you need to be sure of where you're getting your frame, from, your lens from, and be sure that there's no power in it. Because some people will say, I use it anytime I have headache. That's a sign that probably there's a power in that lens.
Okay. Also, I was curious. I was asking Empress, and she said we were going to ask you in the show. Is it hereditary? You go to some families, the father is putting on glasses, the mother glasses, the children are all like.
It has to be because that's what is playing out in my family right now.
Oh, really?
It has to be.
I know that they say that a woman that has AIDS can give birth to a child healthy. There are drugs to protect the child. Is there a measure to help a child that has just been given birth to not to have eye deformity like the parents
That are using glasses.
that are using glasses?
So using glasses doesn't mean that the parents, they are deformed.
No, I'm not saying.
Are we deformed? I'm not saying. Are we
It's just
deformed?
eye defect.
I'm just eye defect.
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
But the thing is this, for HIV is very different. For refractive error, you just went one way. Have you not seen parents that have perfect vision, 6's vision, they see very well at far and at near, then they give birth to kids that, in fact, I had one today, then the child is highly myopic. It's possible. So basically, it has to do with the structure of the eye. When it comes to refractive error, now I'm going to take it from the refractive angle and other pathology, especially glaucoma. Now, it has to do with the structure of the eyes. If the eyes are formed properly, fine, the child will see well. But if there's any irregular shape, it could lead to a refractive error.
Okay.
Again, it's also refractive. Of course, if daddy's eyes are not formed properly or mommy's eyes are not formed properly, the chances are there that the children, one or two or none, could have it as well.
Okay.
So it is not a cut-out rule. Then for glaucoma has been shown to be hereditary as well. because there is really no known cause for glaucoma, but there are risk factors. So if there's history of glaucoma in your family, the possibility of it passing on from parents to offspring or from grandparents to offspring is there. So you need to screen. So what are the measures you need to do to be safe from those problems? When you know the history of your family, especially for glaucoma, and you give birth, if that child turns 3 at most, you should take that child in for a routine eye check. When we tell parents that, oh, bring your child for eye check, that child is too young now, God forbid. No. It is not us. It is nature at work. So you need to bring in that child. We've seen parents bring in their child reluctantly because the school has been complaining that this child needs to get an eye examination. This child is not seeing well. This child is this child is that, before they will come. And when you are telling them of glasses to me is not a big deal. It's not a disease. It's just a refractive error. So you see some people, they'll tell you, instead of me to wear glasses, give me eye drop. They are not related. Eye drop cannot take care of your refractive error. For refractive error, with this lens on, everything is in order. What we suffer is just light rays not falling on the right spots. That's the retina. Okay. That's basically it for refractive error. So when you put on your lens, or she putting on her contact lens, it takes the light to our retina. So the muscles are more relaxed. We see better. That's basically it. But people look at it like wearing glasses is a taboo. No. People know. I'm not talking about you.
I know.
Generally, we see them.
You
see people coming to the clinic, they'll tell you, no, instead of me to use glasses, give me eye drop.
I've always liked glasses when I was a child. I literally have to look at my book for so long without blinking, and then, sorry daddy if you are watching, and then when tears come around, I'm like, daddy, since tears have been coming out, we should go and check. We went to eye clinic, and Obasabimi was able to read all the
everything, scholar.
So they knew that, okay, maybe she's just stressed. They gave me eye drop. I was so disappointed.
That's what a lot of people, they don't have any eye issues, but they keep wearing glasses just so that people will say, okay, this one no,
it's serious.
That kind of thing. So it's
just
general
impression.
Yes, just
it just gives you that serious look, but I don't think it's
I have a worry right now with all we have learned. I have a border in my heart that in few years to come, a lot of youths and teenagers are going to be having eye issues. The rate of eye problems will literally increase because most of our young boys are always on their laptops. Most of our young girls are always tapping their phones. It's now a phone and social media is now an addiction.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And I don't think everybody knows this 2020, this 20 minutes. Like, you know, for instance, I'm watching a season movie, a series. Each episode comes with like 50-something minutes. Now I have to complete that episode before I even eat. And then when I'm done, let me just quickly start the next episode. And that's how you just spend the whole night looking at your screen. Sometimes I wake up with eye bloodshot. I'm like, where is it coming from? Though when I'm stressed mentally, I have that bloodshot. So is there any way you people do this campaign, at least
there are ways.
To sensitize? I don't think I've gotten, we've not spent an hour here, but I've gotten certain facts that should help me. We don't get, they make you people make your campaign so professional that people are
you serious?
They don't bring it to the point.
No, of course.
Right?
So we are not allowed to advertise. That's the rule of the profession.
Been in contact with them because I have,
exactly.
you know, basically because I'm a reporter and I get to meet them,
I was
go
going
for
to tell
such things.
them
so
about
they speak pidgin, they speak in local languages. I'm sure you've never been in contact with them.
The thing is, and it's been aired most of the time. Like I said, last week was World Glaucoma Week.
Yeah, and it's been
in October, there's World Sight Day, where people basically just to create awareness, because people will say, nothing is this, not this eye. But this eye is a very vital organ. So as much as possible, we try to create awareness on the need for people to get their eyes examined, create awareness. We even spend money trying to create awareness for people to get their eyes examined. So that's it. I think it's getting better. It's getting better, I must say.
And I'm also going to
at least a lot of people now, you see small children, they tell you they know about glaucoma before, though it's not where it should be.
I used to pay I don't care attitude to all this sensitization when it comes to, I'll be like, I don't have any issue with them, my eye is okay. Now, reasons being that back then, where I stayed, you get to hear people publicizing it, we're doing free eye checkup next week or today. Come, you don't have to pay. All you need to do is just to come with anybody that you know is having eye issue, or even you yourself. There are free glasses for everybody. And after they must have gone, they will just come back and say, my dear, you don't was pass as a bit before. You know, that kind of thing, that it's no longer the way it used to be. Now it have worsened to what they used to experience before. Is it that the contact lens that we are given to
contact
them,
lens or
glasses?
Glasses.
Yes, that was given to them is not the exact one, or what could be the cause? Because they actually went for checkup and they gave them free glasses and all whatnot.
Yeah.
Only for them to still complain that it has worsened.
Yeah. The thing is, in every profession, we are aware that there are quacks.
Okay.
So you need to know your source. Like now, I know in Edo State, for one, they are trying to fight that a lot, arresting quacks here and there. Even some quacks go to existing hospitals with fake certificates to show the doctor in charge that, oh, we want to carry out free eye screening from people in this locality. And yes, at the end of the day, nothing. There was a case last week in Rivers State that involved the governor. It was everywhere. They went to churches, Catholic churches most especially, and they were, in fact, the write-up was so terrible. They say disease like inflamed eye, all sorts of rubbish. As a professional, if I read it, I'll know this person is a quack. But to the layman on the street, they don't know these things. And they will genuinely, and at the end of the day, they say, come with only registration fee of 500 naira. Yeah. Then at the end of the day, you go in, yes, because you see baby grandma on the write-up. You think that, this one is consultant, they kill us here today we must go. But at the end of the day, they are quacks. So it is something that is of a worry to us. Everybody is concerned about it. So as much as possible, when I see those things, I've seen people go to the wrong person. They'll say, I've been getting my glasses from so source. And at the end of the day, this patient has glaucoma, almost maybe one eye 80%. I had a patient. In fact, if I tell you the profession of a learned man, he was going to the wrong channel. And all they were doing was just put lens. You see, you not see. You see, you not see. But at the end of the day, he came in and he was almost, thank God one eye is still very good. So we experience all sorts of, they are quacks. They are fighting it, but again, we hope it gets better. Okay. So know your source before you go for all those screening.
All right, so we're going to take a short break right now. In case you're just tuning in, this is Ladies' Night. Of course, with me, Ameze Oba Isiagon. And basically, we're talking about the importance of proper eye care. But like I said, we're going to go on a short break, and when we get back, we'll continue talking with the guests we have in the studio, so don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. It's still Ladies' Night right here on ITV. Of course, we're still talking about proper eye care. Now, I don't know if anyone else has any questions before we let our guests go.
Oh, I asked. I'm going to ask again. All right, can a child have glaucoma? Okay, for a regular mother out there, at what time should she be worried to take that child? Because she might not, children most times are not able to explain what they are feeling. What should our viewers look out for that will push them to come for checkup? Well, first of all, can a child have glaucoma?
Yes, a child can have glaucoma. Wow. Though research has shown that people at risk are mostly people from 40 years and above, but we see children coming that have glaucoma, children that have actually lost their vision as a result of glaucoma that was not attended to early enough. Now, you said for low standard, maybe the masses mothers. Yes. No, it's not only the masses mothers, for all mothers. Because one key area, not mothers alone, please, let's correct that impression.
For parents.
Guardians. Yeah, okay. For guardians, yes. The important thing is you need to be observant of your kids. Where does he or she likes to sit when watching TV? You see some children, they are constantly going in front of the TV to sit down. You take them to their seat, the next minute they are back there. Or you see your child constantly squinting or tilting the head, that's one area people miss out. You see your child maybe watching TV and is constantly like this, looking at somebody at far, constantly like this. Those are signs of eye challenges. That child is actually straining to see. Your child is constantly putting his or her hand close to the eyes, itching. Your child is copying notes. I get to see that a lot. The child does not copy notes in class. Just, God, the child is dull. You'll be beating the child at home. Just an eye examination could actually take care of that. Because most of the time, children that are astigmatic, they tend to skip letters, skip words. Their handwritings are the prettiest. Words are opposite according to my children. So you tend to say this child is not interested in the bookwork, or a child reads for a few minutes and is exhausted. Oh, I have headache. Your child comes back from school every day and keeps telling you, Mommy, I have headache. You say, go, you don't want to read. Yeah, that's how you used to do. No. The child is passing a message across to you. Both for the rich, the poor, it happens. We see it a lot. Some don't come in early. Some come in when one eye has, there's what we call amblyopia. That means the eye has gone to sleep. They come in when one eye is totally gone. You see some parents coming out, they say, it's because of the school I brought this child. Some say, I did not notice anything. You just need to be vigilant. Just observe your kids. If your child used to sit this far and all of a sudden is tilting towards one direction, moving the head, doing, this is very regular. You see a child constantly doing like this. You say, this child likes to play too much. The child is trying to see, it's training the muscles of the eyes to see. So as mothers, as parents, we should be observant. If our child complains, as much as possible, take them to see an eye care provider.
All right, Dr. Iwadi, can you just give us like a general overview? What is your last advice to viewers out there? Because a lot of people don't even know any of these things that you just talked about today. I can see Precious is so shocked, amazed. I don't know which other words to describe her.
And she's going to book an appointment after this.
So just tell us generally, how do we take care of our eyes? What are the basic things? Like, also stress on the 2020 rule, because I know a lot of people out there do not know about that. Okay.
Now, the number one rule I always like to say is get your eyes examined. Get a comprehensive eye examination. People used to mix that up. You go for a screening. Maybe they organize one screening in a school or so your church. You just go for the regular screening and you think you're done with your eye examination. No. Get a comprehensive eye examination where a proper check will be done to screen for all kinds of eye defects, both the refractive and other pathology as well. If you get that, if you can do that once every 2 years, if you don't have any problem with your eyes, once every 2 years is fine. In the course of you doing that, you are as well going to be screening for glaucoma, which we all know is the silent thief of sight, which is a very vital issue on ground now. As much as possible, we're trying to create awareness about that. Then the 2020 rule, like you said, because of the world we live in today, social media, you could actually pick up your phone early in the morning, Instagram, and 1 hour is gone. It happens. Yeah,
somebody just called my name.
1 hour is gone. So as much as possible, allow your eyes to rest. You do not, because the rays of light coming from your screen are harmful to the eyes. So as much as possible, after every 20 minutes, look away, 20 feet away for 20 seconds. If you do that, that means in every hour, you could look out for three times. You look out 20 feet away for 20 seconds, and you're good. You rest often. Then as much as possible, we need to keep fit. Check your general health. Exercise regularly. Because what you eat reflects in your eyes. I always say that to my patients. What you take in is what you see. So if you don't eat right, the chances of your eyes not being healthy, the chances of you having blurred vision is there. So as much as possible, exercise regularly, eat right. Anytime you notice anything with your eyes, see a qualified eye care provider.
Okay, I'm going to add, as a doctor or an eye doctor in training,
yes,
don't forget to always do
screen.
Ensure that you check your eyes by yourself, even without going to.
Yeah, you all could start that now.
Yeah, I think Precious should start it.
Please, very important.
Are you sure you can see with the left eye?
I'm not this side.
Okay. So So try as much as possible to do just that. Check your eyes by yourself, and also please see a specialist. Try to go to the clinic, not anybody by the roadside. And then be careful of these people who say they are giving free eye checks and stuff. Exactly. Always ensure that they are qualified optometrists, opticians, or ophthalmologists.
Or ophthalmologists.
Okay, ophthalmologists. So ensure that it's a qualified person, not just anybody. There are a lot of quacks out there who are just looking for how to get your money. So be careful of who you meet for your health needs, especially as regards your eyes. Like our doctor said, the eyes are the windows to the soul. Yeah. So without your eyes, you can't see anything. You can't see any colors. You can't see anything at all. And I don't think it's a nice thing to not be able to see. Experience. I don't want to ever experience such a thing. All right. We've been talking about how to take good care of your eyes, the importance of proper eye care today on the show. I believe it's been educative, it's been informative, and to me, it's been entertaining as well. We've had so much fun on the show today. So join us again next week for another amazing ride. It's Ladies' Night, and of course, my name is Ameze Obaisiagbon. Have a beautiful night rest.
Yeah, from Little Kim, the Queen Bee. It's Ladies' Night, what? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L's tight, keep the rhymes right, yo. I just made this motherfucker up last night, and I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim is getting cream, like Thelma and Louise, but on chrome. Never leave that Brooklyn shit alone. So if you say it's on, then it's on. Bang this in your whips, pack them cold roadie with the chips in the wrist. Here's a French kiss. I dismiss all you chicks. Spit 6 from the 4th, 5th, make it dance. Ow! I stay focused, and the dope is like a penny with the hole.